Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, I'm pretty busy with my project community group. We're helping an NGO that provides education and protection to kids in Kenya. You should have heard about it. They gave a lecture not long ago. You know which one I'm talking about?
Not really, but I'm sure that we can look it up.
I can't remember the name. It's based in Kenya, so it shouldn't be hard to find. How many NGOs in Kenya might there be? They work with kids, so still not good.
Wait, is this the one we visited fundraising event the other week? I have this huge flyer they gave out during the event somewhere here. Oh, found it. It's the Stahili Foundation.
How did they came to be? Three young aspiring women, each for their own reason, found themselves working in an orphanage in Kenya. Over the course of 5 years, they crossed paths multiple times in their mutual dedication to improve children's lives. Throughout these years, they faced corruption, child abuse, and child labor. They could not just walk away from these children. Michelle, Laura, and Hannah joined forces to ensure a better future for a single child in Kenya, John. And before they knew it, they had rescued 10 children from life of abuse. Thus, the Stahili Foundation was born. Stahili means to deserve in Swahili, and its name was carefully chosen to represent the main belief of the founders, that every child deserves a quality education and safe and loving environment to grow up in. Today, Stahili Foundation is a volunteer-driven non-profit organization run by Michelle, Laura, and Joseph, with the help of intern Gillian and several other cause-concerned volunteers. Together, their team currently supports 37 children with protection, education, access to medical and psychological support, shelter, and encouragement.
That sounds like a lot of work for such a small team.
And that's why we're here. We got in touch with a co-founder of Stahili, Michelle. She was very passionate and eager to share her ideas on what could be done to help the foundation grow. Great minds work even better together. We joined forces between our teams and brainstormed the current challenges of Stahili. Then we defined a list of core struggles. Was it easy to find them? Hardly, if you don't know the name of the foundation. Luckily, throughout our research, we came across a very useful tool, Google Nonprofit Program. Here's a brief overview of only some of the great tools. Google Apps, which can be used by all members of our NGO for free, and it includes tools like Google Calendar and Google Drive. It's a great platform for sharing documents, and it's easy to use for facilitating organization online meetings. As soon as you have all these tools connected to your website, this is where Google Analytics kicks in. It analyzes your website and gives you information about the activity in the website. It will show you how visitors interact on it.
We worry about the online tools no more. Sweet!
What about other online platforms? So far, Stahili Foundation is presented on their website, Facebook, and Twitter.
Sounds like a lot of separate platforms to manage. How do they do it?
It's all about scheduling. Decide what material will be published on which days of the week. In long-term perspective, it'll be much easier if you focus on the website, update it regularly, and share it on the other platforms. That way, you don't have to write new posts from scratch for different channels. Use what you already have. This is what we have of printed materials. There's only this big pamphlet with all the information about the foundation and its work. But doesn't it look quite heavy? Let's start from scratch.
What if we involve designers in developing handouts, postcards, and business cards? I'm sure many would love to contribute to a good cause.
The goal is to establish a long-term cooperation between the foundation and a group of graphic designers. One of the great ways to attract crowds' attention is to organize an open online design competition. This will solve two troubles. One, there will always be a professional assistance for updating online appearance and improving information presented on printed material. Two, having one solid group of designers will ensure that all material is carried out in a unanimous style. We researched a great deal of online platforms for crowdsourcing and came up with a list of websites that would work perfectly for Stahili. Designcontest.com, specific for graphic design, Core77.com for all kinds of design, web.designcrowd.com/contests.
But why is it important to involve few designers and not one?
It's all about crowdsourcing. combining the efforts of numerous self-identified volunteers, where each contributor, acting on their own initiative, adds a small contribution that links with those of others to achieve a greater result. Crowdsourcing, it stimulates creative and competitive spirit and can be applied to a wide range of activities within the NGO.
So when the website and handouts are polished, there are no more obstacles left?
Well, we still need to make the foundation recognizable, and for that, we need people. Stahili Foundation was dealt with huge amount of work with only few people on board. A valuable asset would be a volunteer recruiter. Next step will be creating a list of prospective volunteers with detailed description of required qualities and abilities. Management is key to a successful running of a developing NGO. No more things unknown, no more paperwork lost, everything is under control. Another great asset to the team would be a public manager, who would be responsible for organizing events and updating information online. We believe that major responsibilities of such should be sending out newsletters and organizing fundraising events. And an additional accountant that would help with managing finances.
Sounds great. What's in our budget?
Well, now we don't really have a budget. All donations go directly to support kids. Maybe in long term, the foundation could invest more in self-development. The first and easiest option is to subscribe on several online donation platforms for NGOs. We did our research and few websites caught our attention. Oh, I got an email. Let's have a look.
Hey, that's a great idea. Each time when someone donates, he or she will automatically get a thank you email with the latest updates on the cause. Besides, a weekly newsletter will serve as a reminder to donators and volunteers that you are there and your work is making a difference.
Today, one of the big goals of the foundation is to build a Stahili school. What started out as helping one child escape abuse, turned it out into a growing non-profit organization that provides better life to dozens of children.
Now that I think of it, I have to buy a Halloween mask. Can you recommend me a good website?
Well, do you know anything about charity shopping?
No.
Well, let me show you Amazon Smile. When people shop through Amazon Smile, 0.5% of the money spent on that site will go to a charity chosen by a customer, and the donator doesn't pay an extra fee. Amazon is the one that contributes. The steps mentioned in this video are meant to improve Stahili's online presence and make it more visible and recognizable worldwide. With all those great recruitment platforms and tools, we believe that you'll have a great team of skillful volunteers in no time. We hope that this video will help Stahili Foundation and the people working for them, so one day they can help as many kids as possible. This complete project was made by a team of students who were really touched by Stahili's story.